Entering your grown woman era is a beautiful journey of self-discovery and empowerment. It's about understanding who you are, what you want, and how to achieve it with elegance and poise.
Sometimes it works out and sometimes it don't. Sometimes you win some.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be covering a topic that has been trending here on YouTube, and that's about how to enter your grown woman era. Now, more than ever, I feel like I am so set in my convictions of who I am, what I want in life, and what I want my lifestyle to look like, because I am grown and I love where I'm at right now. I'm so happy and so confident, so I want to share all the information with you all today as you're on your journey to building your best life as well. Now, I personally am at 34. However, I do feel like you can enter your grown woman era at any age. There's not really a number that you can put on it because everyone's life experiences are so different, and that impacts when we feel like we're getting into a place where we're truly solidified and sure of who we are. For me personally, a grown woman era is all about confidence and also creating a life that you desire for yourself and really mapping out exactly what that looks like and not accepting anything less. This phase of life is really all about stepping into your power, embracing your maturity, becoming more and more confident every single day, and also setting up a life where you can truly feel like you are happy and at peace. So let's go ahead and get started and jump right in. I'm going to be sharing 5 different tips in this video to help you enter your grown woman era and enjoy this beautiful phase of your life. And step number 1 is embrace self-awareness. Overall, self-awareness is extremely important. This allows you to take time to really pay attention to your values, your passions, your dreams, your goals, and your desires in life, and identify specifically what those things are. Honestly, I feel like sometimes it does suck to have to take an honest look in the mirror, but by doing that honest self-examination, you're doing yourself a favor. You're realizing, hey, there's some areas where I do need to grow, or hey, maybe there are some other areas where I'm already doing really well. But it's blending those things together and finding the balance that is truly going to help you align with who you want to be moving forward. Journaling can definitely be a great place to start with this. If again, you're not sure what to write about, you can kind of journal through your day. I think it's important to also track your feelings and your emotions. So for example, let's say throughout the day, you're like, you know what, I felt really anxious about this, or this particular experience made me feel sad, or this made me feel happy or excited. Just jot those things down. You don't have to sit down and write a full journal entry as soon as they happen. But if you jot them down, when you have time to sit down and do this self-reflection time with your journal, you can go back and look and say, okay, what are the patterns? What are the habits? What are the things that are triggering these certain emotions within me? If they're negative emotions that you don't want to continue to feel and they're not really aligned with you adjusting your mindset, you can start to then implement things that are going to change that. But also if they're positive emotions, things that are really working for you, things that are saying hey, feels pretty good. This seems like something that I can be consistent with. This feels like who I am or a part of who I am or my lifestyle, then that's great as well. So you want to be able to identify the positive things and the areas where you're like, it's a little fuzzy and I maybe can make some improvement over here. Honestly, overall, understanding yourself better is the foundational key of being successful and entering your grown woman era, because you need to know yourself, you need to love yourself, you need to care for yourself, and then you can use that to catapult you into your beautiful, amazing future. Step number 2 is that you want to set clear boundaries when you are entering your grown woman era. At this point in my life, there are just certain things that I will not be doing. And I'm not going to change or bend or adjust for other people to make them feel comfortable, because I know myself, I am grown, and if I don't want to do it, I'm not going to do it, and that is completely okay. But having boundaries is what really helps me to get to that place in life. So whether it's professionally, personally, in your dating life, or your social life in general, you have to set really clear boundaries, and you also have to stick to them. The biggest thing throughout this process is learning how to say no and being okay with that. Sometimes as we're trying to implement more boundaries in our lives, we'll be like, okay, I'm gonna say no, and that's that. But in reality, sticking to it can be a lot harder. But once you get into the habit and you realize that sometimes you have to prioritize your own self, your own mental and physical well-being over what other people want, then you're gonna realize whoa, I truly am being very confident and true to myself, and I'm not allowing others' opinions or outside influence to dictate what I do and what decisions that I make in my life. Because again, you've already gotten to know yourself, and now you can set up boundaries to make sure that you can stay true to yourself as you continue to go through life. One of the main takeaways that I would like you to have from this video is that as you are establishing yourself as a grown woman, it's important to remember that it is okay to be true to yourself. Everyone has an idea of what you should be doing, how you should be looking, what you should be wearing. But at the end of the day, you are you. You're an individual. You are the person that you spend the most time with. So making yourself happy has to be a main priority. It is okay to put yourself first. And honestly, you deserve to put yourself first, and you're going to feel so much better and so much complete and competent in life once you start doing that. Step number 3, one of my most favorite things ever, is you have to cultivate routines for self-care and for wellness. Now, we love a good pamper session, and yes, it is important. However, self-care is not just about pampering yourself. It's not just about bubble baths and face masks, although that's part of it. It's also important to make sure that you're nurturing yourself in a very well-rounded, holistic way. So that means you're pouring into yourself mentally, physically, and emotionally so that you can make sure that all your bases are covered and you're not neglecting a certain part of who you are. In order to do this successfully, you have to develop routines. I promise you, routines are literally the key to make sure that you can successfully check in on yourself, make sure that you are dedicating time for self-care, and overall creating a lifestyle that is centered around wellness so that you can be at your best the majority of the time. So that may include doing a ton of different things, like making sure that you're eating healthy, which involves more work. You've got to meal plan and meal prep, make sure that you've got your groceries ready, really think through what you're going to be eating for the week, how you're going to be fueling your body. You also want to set up a routine for exercise. I have noticed as I've gotten back into exercising routinely, I'm trying to do 4 times a week, but sometimes we only do 3, but my body feels different. I'm able to do so much more. I can bend over without snap, crackle, and pop happening, going off everywhere in my body. I can do flights of stairs without being exhausted by the time I get to the top. And it's just from being consistent with increasing my endurance and getting movement into my life regularly throughout the week. Also trying to walk more. Walking is a super simple way to make sure that you're taking care of your overall health and your physical body as well. And then while you're thinking of it, again, from a holistic perspective, you want to make sure that you're taking care of your skin. So skincare on your face, body care for your body, all of those things are going to help you be a grown woman who takes care of herself, who leans into herself, who nourishes herself, while at the same time also staying connected and grounded in mindfulness. So doing different activities that help you feel connected to yourself and help you really realign your mindset are really important. So get into some different mindfulness practices, figure out which one really works for you and fits your vibe, and continue to do things that make you feel good about yourself. When you feel good about yourself, that is going to radiate from the inside out. You're going to have so much positivity within you and surrounding you, and you are truly going to see how overall it's positively impacting your life. And step number 4 is definitely a fun one. While you're entering your grown woman era, you want to enhance your personal style. I am not one of those people who feels like once you pick a style, you have to stick to it. I change my mind from day to day. I change my mind with the seasons. I change my mind depending on where I'm traveling to or what the vibes are, and that is completely fine. But overall, I have a gist of what my outfits look like as a grown woman. That's definitely leaning a lot more into modesty or into more flowy clothes or things that accentuate me and my personality, as opposed to like bodycon dresses or maybe things that have a bunch of cutouts. Really leaning into being confident with who I am and expressing that through what I choose to wear. You really want to invest in quality, timeless pieces that make you feel like that girl, that woman, and that make you truly feel confident. And it doesn't have to be expensive. One of my best hacks for really building a pieces wardrobe where I have quality items is going thrifting. Thrift shops have a ton of really great items. A lot of times they will have brand new tags on them. They've never been worn or used, but you can find more expensive brands or more quality items at lower prices to start building your grown woman era wardrobe. And then also with that, you can start buying things a little bit at a time. I make a list every time I'm getting paid. It's titled Monies in my phone. It's a little note, and I'll write down what I'm spending, kind of like my extra spending money on for the next couple of weeks weeks before my next paycheck. So it's also good with helping me budget, which we're going to talk about a little bit later. But at the same time too, it gives me a clear perspective of what I'm looking for, what I want to buy, and how that's going to positively impact my wardrobe, which positively impacts my confidence and me overall. So think maturity and sophistication when you're looking for certain things. Don't buy things just because they're on sale. Don't buy things just because it's a trend. Really think about what fits with you and what you want to exude as your personal style. And tip number 5 is gain financial independence. Being financially savvy, learning how to take care of your own money, being on top of your finances, tracking your finances, creating a budget, all of those things are very, very important for grown women. Remember, the money choices that you're making now are going to impact you long term. So you want to be very smart with your money because you're investing in yourself, but you're also investing in your future. If you've seen some of my videos where I'm talking about finances, I am like, look, I'm not working past 55. So like I told you all, I just turned 34, which means we got about 20 more years in this working game, possibly even less than that, because I'm trying to be retired, kind of on the island, driving my pink golf cart everywhere I go. So I cannot be crazy and frivolous with my spending now because I have to prepare for my future, and that's something that's really good for you to keep in mind as well. Having that financial stability really gives you the foundation to be able to make decisions that are going to work for you. And you can make these decisions based on aligning with your true self. What type of lifestyle do you want? Think about that if you're in the beginning of figuring out what you want to do for your career. A certain lifestyle requires a certain amount of income. So what career is going to fit with things that make you happy, things that make you fulfilled, things that challenge you, while at the same time providing you with the finances that you need to live this desired lifestyle. Definitely get into exploration and give yourself some time to think it through. Also, if you are not in a place where you are just starting out in your career, it's never too late to change. I also have some videos on the channel about how I changed careers at 30 during a global pandemic. I was like, this isn't what I want to do for the rest of my life, not just for finances, but finances definitely played a part in my decision to change my career. So it's definitely never too late, and I'm so glad that I made that decision. But you do have to educate yourself. You have to go through the process of getting as much knowledge as you can to figure out what you need to do to make this career shift and how it's going to impact your life and your finances long term. And then of course, once you make that money, you have to keep that money or make the money work for you in other ways. So I am just recently getting into investment. I definitely want to do some more investing in real estate because I feel very confident and comfortable in that area. But I want to look into other investment options as well. But in the meantime, what I've been really focused on is saving and budgeting. So I like to use a zero-based budget model. I found a little zero-based budget spreadsheet workbook on Etsy. I will link that below. It's on the same link with my 12-week year tracker, so you can check those out as well as you're kind of planning your life for a quarter at a time. But you can also look into those little budget sheets that I've linked. They're all really, really good, really helpful, very affordable as well. And I just reuse it every single month and try to keep very strict watch on what I'm spending, where it's going, and then also realizing like, hey, these are some areas where I might need to cut back if I want to be able to achieve a certain savings goal, or if I'm saving for something in particular. It's good to kind of see a snapshot when you're like, okay, this is where my money has gone. What can I do to really pull back if I need to, or to make my money work for me? There has been like a trend going around on TikTok where it's like, you don't have to spend less, you just need to increase your income, which honestly, I think it's a little bit of both. There are some areas where it's like, girl, we gotta spend less, and that's completely fine. But at the same time, increasing your income, finding different things that you can do, creating an Etsy shop, putting digital products in there. There are so many different things that you can do to increase your income if that is something that you would like to do. So just start thinking about it, because a grown woman is definitely in control of her finances and not in a spiral of lack or always trying to catch up or being paycheck to paycheck. Really being solid in the fact that you have made good financial decisions is going to help you really be able to build a lifestyle that you want for yourself. And lastly, I do want to throw in a bonus tip, which you know I love to do, and I think it's so important to honorable mention that when you're in your grown woman era, it's very, very vital to continue pursuing your passions. So whether it's a hobby, a career goal, a personal project, do things that make you feel good. Dedicate time to doing things that you love and also things that bring you a sense of purpose and fulfillment in life. For me personally, even starting this YouTube channel, it started off as a creative outlet, a hobby, something that I wanted to do that was different, that would challenge me because I was feeling so stuck and stagnant in my career. So I was like, I need something different. And this passion project has been so rewarding for me in a ton of different ways. So think about something that you want to do just for you. Go out there and pursue it. And remember, this journey is unique to you. So I would love for you to comment down below which of the tips that I shared in this video you found to be most helpful, or which one you want to implement in your life. But also, if you have other tips and tricks and things that are working for you to share, please add those in the comment section below as well, so we can get the conversation going. I love to chit chat with all of you and just kind of hear different perspectives, and also hear what you're loving from the content that I'm sharing. So thanks so much for watching this video. I hope it's helpful as you enter your grown woman era. If you are not already, please join the community and subscribe to the channel, and also put a thumbs up or like this video so that more people can get this content and live their best lives as they enter their grown woman era as well. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.